All right, so with that, let's start the meeting at 7:03. We'll do roll call. Tim Rhodes, do you first.
I can see your lips move, Tim, but I didn't hear
Didn't
you.
hear it.
And you unmuted yourself. It says,
Yep. Can you
Oh,
hear me now?
gotcha.
there we go.
I have to
Cool.
turn on the microphone.
Oh, technicality.
All right, Paul Varga,
Here,
Pam Summers, here. Keith Lipker,
here.
myself, Caleb Plagge. And then Judy Austin is not here. And for alternates, Rob Turnett
Here.
and Bill Becker. Bill?
Here.
Okay. So since everyone's here, we're not going to see any alternates. We'll start with communications. So, well, as everybody knows now, we now have more controls over Zoom, so we can monitor that because of last week we had a little incident. So, we're going to do that for moving forward. Also, I distributed an email that we received from a townsperson about the fire department. I'm sure you've all read it, about how there was some misinterpreted language about the budget and how those funds for the chief position were going to be used. I looked it up, and so it seems like since obviously the budget is already passed, the funds are done, that it's now a Board of Selectmen issue. And so they obviously have been notified and it's in their hands now. So if we want to have a discussion on it, the only thing that I would say is we can have a discussion on how this is going to be an impact for this coming year. And then we can just go from there. And then the next thing would just be approve the minutes. So we have the regular meeting minutes from last week, August 13th, or last 2 weeks, last meeting. Do you need me to bring it up on the screen, or can we get a motion?
I'll make the motion to accept the minutes from August 13th.
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Oh,
I just abstained.
any abstentions? Okay.
Aye.
So Tim and Paul both abstain. Okay, so then, did you guys vote? Because or I guess they're not seated, so they can't vote.
You just
So
need
then-
three to pass.
You got it.
Okay, we're three. Okay, so we're good. It passes.
Mhm.
Okay, so then next is just public comment, which I don't see anybody. Okay, so then after that will be the update on the annual report. So there are 10 departments left outstanding for the report. That includes the Board of Finance. So I was wondering if I could possibly get a volunteer of somebody who could write that up for me. So it's for the 24-25 annual report. So it's just, I mean, you could look at last, I guess, the only year that's on there. Yeah. To bring it up, it's just accomplishments, descriptions of what happened throughout the year, that kind of thing. If someone would be willing, I think most of the information could come from the minutes from that year that are online as well.
A good source is right up in the Ashford Citizen about the budget. Even though that's,
Yeah, because it would be.
because it gives some historic background.
It would probably be mostly about the budget, and then if there was anything, so back then it was what, the school roof. Maybe that, wasn't it like a new school bus or something too?
I was gonna say, I mean, if you look at the previous annual report, it
Yeah.
gives you an idea of what people, it really is just a
It's, yeah, summation, it's the highlights, it's.
I had all I could do to
Yeah.
get yours, the other one. To you, so I'm not volunteering for anything.
I know.
Still working on the next one.
I mean, we have time. I just think about it. I mean, I'm still gonna be working on it, compiling, but if someone could just throwing it out there, if they want, anybody wanted to try and do it, have at it. But yeah, besides that, the only other thing would just be this coming month, so September time, I'll probably try and get the 25, 26. So this last year's, I'll try and get those in as well to kind of do the same catch up for the annual reports. So then the next new business would just be to discuss the auditor's questions. Here, I just realized I probably should sign in so I can share it. So I wasn't sure if everybody took a minute to look at them.
Oh, where were they?
Question,
Yes,
is there something,
that's me.
is there something behind this, or is there some rumor going around? Is there something going on or what?
I don't think have we
Yeah,
ever.
no, so I was gonna say, like, prior to you putting them out here,
You've never seen them
we,
before.
the board itself has never seen them before. Generally, it's handled by the chair and,
Okay, well, I mean, that's
well,
fine.
I'm not complaining, I'm just telling you, because that's like, Keith's reaction was like, what's going on? No,
No.
these are standard questions that come out every year for the audit,
Exactly.
but other
Did
chairs,
you put them on the internet?
I emailed them to you.
I missed it. So what date, do you know?
the 11th. Oh, I'm sorry, the 18th.
18th of August?
What day she sent them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, every year the auditor every year the auditor sends a list of questions. Some of them change based on what's happened. Like there may be a question, that if there was a finding that required mediation or whatever, or a response, that question may be in there, but we didn't have anything. So these are just standard questions. So
So
no,
does it
Keith,
mean-
nothing bad happened.
It used to be they were discussed with the whole Board of Finance, and they were normally sort of perfunctory accounting issues.
Right.
that
Yeah,
never-
it's exactly what it is. And so I did find the email from last year that Christina provided.
Right.
And they're, obviously they're like no across the boards, but I thought it would be good, not like necessarily exposure, but at least to have everybody agree on it first, so that way, because I don't want it, well, technically too, I don't want it to all just be on me if I respond no when it's a yes. You know what I mean? Like if we know that there's a subsequent event. So I figure collectively we can talk about it. And then also too, with some of these, we might have to wait, for after Sherry presents all the year-end adjustments, maybe, because they could have come up with a subsequent event or something.
These are like basic, I
Yeah,
guess, if you will, financial. There's no dollar questions in here. Like, are you aware of an actual or suspected fraud affecting this entity? Not that I'm aware.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
it's also too, like when there's a change in personnel, anybody that has any responsibility. So finances there's a exit audit or something like that, So there is a checks and balance there.
Do you communicate? And some of these obviously are not, they're designed for, not necessarily for a board or commission. You communicate with employees and others within the entity, their views on business practices and ethical behavior. Well, the only time we can technically talk amongst ourselves is in this meeting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
And these are like standard
Yeah.
accounting review questions.
exactly.
So the number 11 though strikes me as funny. given the
Well,
time.
let's go in order, all right? And then we can go. So I guess I'll just do aware of any fraud. No. Are you aware of any allegations of fraud? No. Do you identify and assess the risk that the financial statements may be materially misstated due to fraud? No. Wait, do you identify and assess the risk that? I guess, no.
Please read it.
You identify and assess the risk that the financial statements, including individual statements and the disclosures, may be materially misstated due to fraud, and how often do you make that identification and assessment?
So we do review the statements, right?
Now, that's a generalized question.
Right.
Yeah.
So that, like, if the treasurer does a standard, purchase order, receiver match, stuff like that, if they do that kind of thing, that answers that they're normally doing the right thing.
Yeah, but this is for this board.
Yeah, who are the questions directed
Or is
to?
it generally, I was thinking.
Are the questions directed to us, Kayla?
Yes.
Yeah, the board.
Yeah, like how much do we see? We don't see everything.
Well, I know, like, for example, the Board of Selectmen, when their invoices come through, that they look at them and they initial them, so that, they all look, so if somebody's finagling something, chances are they're gonna get.
And some of these basically do not apply, to be honest with you.
Trying to find what she sent last year.
Doesn't matter.
This one. No. I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter, but just in case, try and see what was written last year. Okay, so it was a no. So, do you have a process for identifying and responding to the risk of fraud and determining which account balances, classes, or transactions are susceptible to those risks? So I'm assuming yes. You communicate.
That's an interesting question, because one of the issues is what you call classification error. And then sometimes that's deliberate. Someone will classify an expense to a wrong account code to cover up budget anomalies. So you hope that's not happening.
Well, we wouldn't know.
That'd be an upstairs.
You would know if you looked at invoices.
We don't.
Yeah. Do you communicate with employees and others within the entity your views on business practices and ethical behavior? So yes.
Yes.
Has the entity entered into any significant unusual transactions?
No.
No.
Are you aware of any inappropriate or unusual activities related to processing of journal entries? No. Have you received any tips or complaints regarding the entity's financial reporting process used to prepare the entity's financial statements? No. Okay. Do you report to those charged with governance and other appropriate personnel on how the entity's system of internal control served to prevent, deter, and detect material misstatements due to fraud? I mean, it should be yes. Do we? I don't know.
You could put an answer.
So I guess we
No.
report to the selectmen
No, we don't.
or
It's the other way around.
charge with governance or other appropriate personnel on how the entity system of internal.
What is the senior board in town? We don't report to anybody except the state.
Actually true.
It's just a statement. So either way, it's yes. Okay. Are you aware of any transactions entered into with related parties? Are you aware of any cybersecurity incidents,
Yes.
either from intentional events or deliberate actions by insiders or third parties affecting the entity?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
pumpkin head.
I'm glad I missed it. I don't even know where I was last.
And we have taken the appropriate steps.
That's it.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Are you aware of any cybersecurity incidents? I feel like though that's more of hacking. It's not like hacking the meetings. It's more of hacking and them
Right,
getting money.
but that still is considered
Still-
cybersecurity because you could get information backdoor.
From the meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can come back with that. IT guy might not like it. Are you aware of?
Well, I mean, if the answer, if they come back with a follow-up is we took steps to mitigate it, right?
Yeah,
Like we took appropriate actions as soon as we knew there was.
yeah, it wasn't financials, it was just the
Right.
meetings. Maybe I'll put that. I'll just say yes. For
That's right. I don't even know what they call it.
for finance meeting, Zoom meeting.
Sex bomb.
I'm not gonna put that.
Well,
It
then
wouldn't be the only town, trust me.
we'll stop asking questions.
Yeah, that's what- it will start. You could-
Hopefully they still have the unedited version of the meeting. No, just kidding. Okay. Are you aware of laws or regulations that may be expected to have a fundamental effect on the operations of the entity?
Not at this time.
Are you aware of any non-compliance with laws and regulations? No. Okay. Are you aware of any events subsequent of June 30th that may be disclosed? I'm gonna go with no.
Are these, is this document going to be attached to the minutes?
Sure. I don't see why not.
I mean, I'm happy to type out every question and every.
No, I just have it right here. I can just send it to you.
Send it.
Save it there. Uh, Figure out what to save all this stuff. Okay, all right. Freaking painless. So that's all I had, for this meeting. So agenda items for the next meeting, let's just see. What do we got? So it should be September 10th is the next meeting. I will say that I'll probably follow up with Sherry to see when we'll have the year-end adjustments and all that, where we can start that process. So I'm not sure if it'll be available for next meeting or not. But besides that, I think the only thing really outstanding, and anybody can add anything, is really the annual report, and that's just kind of me compiling everything and just getting it together.
Can I
So
ask, besides the Board of Finance, what are the other departments? Do you know
oh, that has to be,
that are missing?
so we're missing Board of Selectmen, Zoning Board, Transfer Station, Economic Development, Municipal Agent for the Elderly, Senior Center, Housing Authority, Planning and Zoning, and Fire Marshal.
Municipal for the elderly.
Senior Center, Housing Authority,
Those are some
Planning and
It's
Zoning,
gonna be in the minutes.
Fire Marshal.
pretty big.
Yeah,
That's the zoning board of appeals, is it?
yeah.
Can I make sure I have everything?
Planning, oh wait, was it planning and zoning or zoning?
Planning and zoning and the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Okay.
Because
Board of Selectmen, Planning and Zoning, Transfer,
last November I didn't.
Development.
Are you not on it?
I'm not on it.
Oh, okay, I am gonna see, I got the contact information from Sherry, who she sent them out originally, and I've just been following up, so I don't know if they're actually.
Yeah, one of the problems is, and Kayla contacted me about the 24-25 because
Transitions.
people change, but really the previous person should be responsible. Even the 25, 26. I'm gonna look at them because I was still in charge until July 1. So like there is a transition period and not everybody just walks away. Some people do. Right?
Yeah.
But, and also the new person should be able to go back and look and say, hey, well, what do we do? Right? Any department worth its weight would have a list of what they had, what they were working on anyway. And if you go back to the previous year's thing, it lists like your goals are
Yeah.
supposed to be listed there. So did we meet those goals? I mean, that's pretty simple.
So here's the thing too, is for the zoning board of appeals, they, forget who's in, you know, the chair now, reach out to me, but the zoning board of appeals is probably one of the least in that, least active boards in town.
Don't really meet like once a year or something.
Well, that's because we don't have any new business. And of
Right,
course, they got new business after I left. They get that where they had to.
right, they do, right.
You know, that the CEO's zoning enforcement guy's decision
Yeah.
was appealed, which is very rare.
Right.
But
All the
I
action.
was off, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I could, you know, because what I did is just go back through and we had, you know, I don't even know if we had, but maybe 1 or 2 meetings that year, and that's it. And then there's the whole thing about online training. Because as far as I know, the state still requires that anybody who's dealing with land use complete so many hours of, you know, the continuing ed, which is online.
Yeah, because I think what's gonna happen is if I don't get them, I'm just gonna have to write. And I don't really want to do that.
I mean,
Oh, you don't.
Or I just do a
I don't think you
description.
need-
We'll just do the description.
Kayla, actually, it's easy. You don't have to do anything.
And what am I doing now?
If they don't submit it and you come to a deadline, the report.
I don't know the deadline. That's the thing. Nobody said anything.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
that's part of
like,
the problem is that we've tried multiple ways to get
Yeah.
that in. The report is required but
But the other stuff isn't required.
quality.
right,
The department's reports are not required. It's all the financial.
financial stuff that's the required.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
really, if someone doesn't give it, you list report not submitted,
Right.
list the board, report not
Well,
submitted.
honestly, that's a good way to put pressure on that
No kidding.
board, right, or that entity, because if you're not doing that, then when it does come time for budget season and somebody asks a question, you can say, well, I don't know, because for the last 3 years, they haven't submitted anything for their annual report. So what are we doing? Why do
Exactly.
you all of a sudden need to come to the Board of Finance and ask for money when you couldn't spend the time to write
So
down,
what happened?
like, you know?
Yeah.
And again, guilty, I delayed, I actually had it on my calendar and then kind of got put by the wayside with other things, but it didn't take that long to actually dig through it and get it done.
Well, that's why too, I want to be more current because of the turnovers and stuff, you know what I mean? Because if,
Well, it
you know, if
does-
somebody.
allows you to catch up.
Yeah,
If they don't, put
You know.
it in, you get that report done with.
Yep.
Then
and
you
then,
be
yeah,
harsher
just,
with
for
this
this
one.
year.
This one should be done by the end of the year,
yeah, exactly.
theoretically.
So-
We, at one time, the treasurer's office had asked for the annual report to be submitted with the budget. And that forced you to do the annual report with the budget, because if you submitted it without the annual report, then she would kick it back and say, where's your annual report? But
So maybe that's
then we
it.
went away from that
December.
because, you know, there was a lot of stuff going on and the budgets are hard and yeah, well, every budgets are hard, but
We could cut.
how hard is it? It's a good time for the entity to do their annual report
Yeah.
too, because now you should be looking at that. Hey, did we meet our financial goals from last year?
Exactly.
Right? Or do we need to adjust this plan? That's just my thinking.
No, it makes sense. So maybe we can try and realign it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, the other thing too would be the dedication. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Cause last meeting, we were thinking of Linda Gagnon, cause she was the tax collector then. But I don't personally know her or anything, so I don't know how I would write a dedication, on her, but, if we do that,
There's enough people
We'll
in
see.
town that you.
I'll have to interview
Yeah,
people.
Or Catherine could help you do it probably.
Yeah. Or I was gonna see about Sherry, the
Yeah.
town, the clerk. Sherry, maybe she
Yeah.
could help.
Chuck Funk would be a good person to review.
So,
'Cause he was Board of Finance Chair for a while, so he would know her.
Okay,
She was
Uh,
tax collector when I was chair. So
he's tax collector for a long time.
okay, so yeah, so the only thing I had, that's the only thing for the next meeting, so we may or may not have next meeting, just if there's no updates, and then I'll follow up with Sherry to see when we can expect that, and then if anybody else has anything we want to discuss, just let me know too. Yeah.
somebody asked me in town to draw up like a flow chart of the administrative process of, all the boards and commissions, departments, Board of Finance, how that whole thing. So I think I'll try to get that done. I got very frustrated using the paint software.
God.
I'm used to, you ever use Mac Flow? Ever hear that?
No,
That's a real nice flow charting software.
oh, yeah.
No.
Is that too much?
There's not something somewhere,
Just use Excel and just outline the boxes as you go.
but there's not,
Because you could do arrows and stuff like that. with
Yeah.
Excel.
but there's not
Go.
there's not
It's
out there already printed.
Yeah.
The price.
I mean, there's gotta be something somewhere, right?
Excel, no, thank you. That's an excellent tip.
Back up.
You could just get a chalkboard.
Yeah, really take a picture of it.
I actually thought of that, seriously. Just draw it, take a picture.
It's very convoluted sometimes. There's not wrong about that part.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. It's like a scarecrow.
all right, remarks for the good of the board. Thanks for everybody's help. If anybody wants to volunteer for the Board of Finance section, let me know to write that up. And we'll talk again.
Should I make a motion to
If
adjourn?
you'd like to,
I would love to.
Second.
okay? And Paul, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting closed 7:30. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, I wanna make sure that I have those outstanding.
Twice. Yeah, Catherine's not.
Didn't she say she wasn't gonna come anymore?